The mastery of winning. Why such a topic? In Polish, so most of you speak or understand Polish, so there is a confusion about mistrz and zwycięzca, master, champion, and winner. And the way I'd like to bring with me the little walk, it's about the mastery, because I believe that winning is an act, and mastery, this is a champion, regarding sport champion, this is something about the way. I started my sport adventure from the combat sports, from judo. And as you probably know, the part of the name of the combat sport, do, in Japanese, means way. Before we start our walk, I would like to invite you to 4-minute highlights of my sport way, and then we'll come back to subject, and I think we'll all discover the recipes for the mastery. So the film is about my Olympic and European and World Championship achievement. Is based on the TVP pictures. Okay, let the show begin. I hope it's okay. Thank you, Tom. No? Yeah. It's English subtitle.
To jest coś niezwykłego. Robert Korzeniowski, 4. tytuł mistrza olimpijskiego, 3 igrzyska z rzędu. Tego w polskim sporcie nie dokonał nikt.
Polak będzie drugi na stadionie. Czy będzie drugi na mecie? No niestety.
W tym momencie sędziowie zdjęli Roberta Korzeniowskiego. Po 49 kilometrach. Obiecywał, że będzie dobry występ. Zrezygnował z 20 km i jest brązowy medal dla Polaków. Wreszcie osiągnął to, co chciał.
To zmierza ku najlepszemu finałowi, jaki mogliśmy sobie wyobrazić.
Cały stadion stał z miejsc. Ostatnie metry. Ale zwycięstwo, tak! Złoty medal Polski.
medalistą jest. Dyskwalifikacja z góry.
To jest naprawdę wielki wynik. Po raz drugi zostaje mistrzem świata. Robert Korzeniowski wchodzi po kolejny wspaniały sukces. Piękną nam opowieść zafundował sportową. Tyle wzruszeń mu zawdzięczamy przez te kilkanaście lat jego startów.
Thank you. I hope. Yeah. Down, down. Down here. Oh, fine. Okay. So I have to improve. Yeah, fine. As you heard probably, so it's all about emotion. Sports, it's very emotional way of express our act of living. And in this movie, you have seen the tears after Barcelona's defeat, the explosions of happiness. Jesus. Okay, fine. This is a pointer. Fine. Okay, but this is my personal scale of judgment, emotional judgment of my sport career, 20 years of sport career. And you can believe or not, but I was prohibited to practice any sport when I was 9 up to 12 years old. I suffered of rheumatic disease. I had the beginning of asthma, and I was on the treatment on antibiotics, and even being in sanatorium, I was banned from being a Nordic ski runner and sent to luge, sleigh, sanki. Sleigh, yeah, because it was easier and less risky for my heart. I mentioned the combat sport because what really changed my life. I saw the movie, the Bruce Lee movie, The Way of Dragon. 5 times in row, 1 week, and then I decided to become Bruce Lee. Bad luck. In my city was not kung fu section, no karate. So I found judo for a very short time, only 1 year. It was the war state time, so the police has suspended my judo section, and for one more time I have been banned from my favorite occupation. Bad luck again, or just another challenge? So I believe that in life, sometimes we believe that some circumstances or casualty brought us to something. Yes or not, depends how open we are, how capable we are to benefit of such circumstances. So being banned of judo pushed me to athletics for temporary solution until being back to judo, which took 20 years in my life. First competition in '84 was very evangelic from message before I became Olympic champion. You know the sentence about the last one will be first. I was even not the last one. I was looped by one lap, but by second last. So I finished really last one in Poznan competition, my first ever Polish championships. But my career started afterwards, thanks of good sports management, who decided to invite us to sport camp on the gold sand beach in Romania. It was so great for me because being little child I heard about the grey Poland at the communist time. I always dreamt about traveling and discovering the world. And then I realized that through sport I can really go and discover a world, belong to more colored world. So the next competition, next Polish championships, it was my first victory on the national championships level, which opened me it happened in Rzeszów, Polish national championships. I'm not going to talk about all my path, but this is very important. At that time, I really fulfilled 100% of my program, and I was on the 100% of my capacities, being Polish national champion, 17 years old. In comparison with Atlanta Olympics, this is the same emotional scale. Why? Because being champion, being winner, sometimes seems to be very relative. Depends what's your aim, depends what your capacity is, and there is no the small and big champion. If you are really on the top on your capacity, if you really achieve what you dreamed about it, so you are the champion, you are 100% champion. Master, I would say, on the way to mastery. There is like correctional line. It was not the dot bubble, but I crashed against real Olympics and adult sport. This is quite challenging. Like, you know, from being student and go to real work. Honestly speaking, it's not important. I was heard by judges, referees in Barcelona, being disqualified for technical reason or not. Not important. I was not mature enough to be Olympic champion, Olympic medalist. That's the point. So all of us, we needed time to learn more, to be capable, mentally capable of using our capacities for reaching the highest goals. It took several time, but after Barcelona defeat, I was faced up to another defeat, Stuttgart, because I tried to convince the referees in Stuttgart that they were wrong. They said, okay, go ahead. Okay, much stronger than me, yeah. And so I needed became more humble and work on my own, and also invent myself as a, let's say, product to be sold. I had to convince my clients, my referees, my quality inspectors that my technique is perfect, and progressively I became one of the best examples. So Atlanta, the 100% of my capacities, because same like Rzeszów, but different stage of my life. So then in Rzeszów, I guess after Poznan defeat that I can be one day national champion. And here in Barcelona, also after the Barcelona defeat, I really start to dream about the future Olympic title. It took 4 years, but however. So there is one golden path from Atlanta until Budapest, where European Championships. Atlanta, I won Atlanta. I won Athens World Championships, and then third gold competition in row in Budapest. And what is here? The deepest defeat I ever left. Seville, National World Championships in Spain, and the competition when I was exposed to the biggest shame, being already Olympic champion, European champion, and totally ignoring my opponents. I believed that with the 3 gold medals and all my sport achievements, I will come to the competition and just gently ask my rivals who's going to take the silver medal. It didn't work. They decided to analyze all my tactics, and they proposed a different one. I was upset how someone can do different way, why they don't expect me. They take a lead, advantage of 3 minutes, why the referee from Indonesia is showing me the yellow panel. The yellow panel is like the one step before asking disqualification of athletes. So this conditioning walking, and I understood that never ever I can go to any mission believing that I'm invincible unconditionally and intending to repeat what I already done my best way. Repeating, it's not winning. Repeating, it's looking backward, but not really aiming something new. Until you don't understand, so this is my own conversation. I will not understand that the title in Sydney has to be a new Olympic title, not defending the title, but trying to get something new, with also perhaps new experience and also new ideas. And then before Sydney, I have contested my own bet. After Budapest, where I bet with my colleague from Lithuania that no one ever will get 2 gold medals in the same Olympics in walking. It's like combining 400 meter and 1500 meter. Impossible. And after Seville, I start to think, maybe. Why not? I'm rather fast on 5K, performing on 20K. Until Sydney, I always intended to use my 20K as a trial competition before 50. By why to not run all risk and also innovate something, and if there is a little chance to take the 2 golds. And this is, I'm not going to talk a little longer about the story, because it's all about, it needs like a business workshop, because we had to discuss about it with my team. But the first, the only thing I would like to transmit to you, that before Sydney, I read a book. About Jonathan Siegel of Richard Bach. Perhaps you know the little book. This is a book written by American Air Force's pilot, Mr. Bach, who observed the birds fly. And on the birds fly, he built a parallel. So we learn a lot. We improve our skills. We develop our competences. We try to be master of little acts. But we start to be really efficient and be there when we see the real goal, real reason to wake up every morning, to be perfect, to use all our capacities to be already in different dimension. So it was about Jonathan, and I understand why I'm trying to improve my technique, why I'm working on both distances, because I believed already I'm on the highest march of podium in Sydney. And it happened. So the way of the from Sydney to Athens was the real golden path. Why? Because I understood there is no limit. I can really take whatever I want, whatever I dream. So I established 2 world records in very old ones. I broke the old record 13 years old, because no one believed before that it's feasible. Because okay, we know now the story of about the Russian doping. The record belonged before I established a new one to Soviet athletes, and there is still one valid record on the 400 meter of Marita Koch, the RDA. So it was such a record, yeah, such a world record. And finally, when I established the first year in European Championships new world record, there is another year in a row, another one record, and then I say goodbye on my Olympic path with a 4th gold medal, because I never built the limits of age. I was 36 at the moment. Some people said, okay, Robert, after Sydney, better you stop, because you know how to say, you are not very old, but you may be too old to achieve something. It's risky. And I ran the risk, because I never believe I'm too old, I'm limited. I try to really take all chance and explore my chance until it was possible. And I think this is the best way when we do our assessment. So when you see, if once you see your chance, try to be 100%, and it really works. Keep dreaming. So the guy, as a conclusion, so the guy was 6 years old. It's a little Robert Korzeniowski in the year 74. At that time, my dad every evening for several weeks read the chapter of Captain Grant's Children book. Adventure, traveling around the world, and meeting new cultures, discovering continents. And I stick so much to such a dream, to travel, to discover new lands, to discover new people, that in 30 years time later, I can say I even met much more, and I seen much bigger part of land, of world, than Robert and Mary Grant. First motivation, we sometimes we ask about the first motivation. What is really caring to keep your dream? So I never dreamed be Olympic champion. From one step to another, from little town of Tarnobrzeg, I jumped to Poznan championships, and another I discovered the European competition. I came to Great Britain 87. For those people who understand who remember or who knows the shopping net Pevex, you know that I feel like being great Pevex at that time, and it was also motivating. Still, I was not dreaming about being Olympic champion, but still discovering myself and being excited by traveling and meeting people. Thanks of my attitude, I have a lot of friends in Southern America, Central America. I learn Spanish. I have Russian friends. I lived in France. So really from such a great time, thanks of sport, thanks of my dream addiction, I made such a jump. There is one person, I don't know if you recognize the face, Mr. Elon Musk. He created PayPal, now he works on Tesla, Solar City, and he's going to fly to Mars. And I really love his sentence that if there is a little chance, something probably only emerging in your vision is possible, then you said there is a blood, sweat and tears, and you are already there. Once you see the light, once you catch your thought, so you are already there. You are like Jonathan the seagull. So you know how to fly, then go there. And what is really amazing, that being every day in line with the Olympic sentence, Citius, Altius, Fortius, so faster, higher, stronger, we can really build our life on very healthy and ambitious basis. We can deserve a medal every day. So it's not about the Olympic championships. It's not about the champions as a title. It's about the way to mastery and the master's ways, and you belong to such a group, because being here and listening such great people, I deeply believe that already you won your day. Already today you deserve a medal. So tomorrow it's up to you. But what is really motivating myself, and I help all of us, so this is a life plan for the next steps. So when you switch light tonight, think what's going to be your first step tomorrow, because your first step makes the link from today to the goal you are reaching already. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention.